there is a pathway that we can do ongoing retraining here locally. I'll talk a little bit about what we're doing with our program, but to a large degree, I just want to talk about a framework that can happen in any city. I don't want to just pitch ticket into tech. I want to just talk about a way to do lifelong learning quickly, where people can constantly be upskilling based on what the local employers wished they had more people with those skills. So what got us started was an automation to create our program. It was the Candy closing. When you look at the impact of 1,500 people making an average of $150,000, we took a step back and said, well, what could we do? And we knew that tech is growing. The question is, are we going to put more pressure for Cal Poly to have more Cal Poly grads stay here? Or are we going to look at upskilling people already in the county with tech skills? So we took the path of focusing on future careers locally grown. This whole process is get people who already work here, love being here, but upskill them. I think our county's biggest problem is underemployment. It's not unemployment. So our target person we look for is an underemployed overachiever, and they're everywhere. You'll see architects working at restaurants. That's our target person. So we created some cool branding. Notice we use the word tech. These are 3 areas we're focusing on: software development, software test technician, IT technician. 2 years from now, it could be 3 completely different things. Things change that quick. But the key for us, it's about a career. And we have the employers lined up. So at the end of apprenticeship, at the end of your classwork, you start working. And we have a lot of partners we're working with. These are all local companies with apprentices, and we'll double that number in the next 6 months. But it's great when you see logo of company you know. So I want you to notice at the top there, is there a pointer?
Yeah, I got long arms.
Yeah, you do. Your arms are longer than mine, which is amazing. See our little tagline? We screen for attitude, and we train for aptitude. So in our first round of apprenticeship, we had 960 people apply for 30 openings locally. The Tribune was key for us. They really helped raise visibility, but we did 500 phone screens. And we said, we have got to use technology. So what we're doing this time is we actually use machine learning, an app called Koru that measures your grit, your polish, and all these different attributes. And then it tells us, if you're gonna make one phone call, call this person and ask them these 3 questions, because it does scenarios, because we really want to find who are the best people for attitude, and if we can make them tech-focused, that's what the employer wants. There's no amount of weekend courses that are going to make a jerk a non-jerk. It just doesn't work. We want the best people with people skills, but now they're also tech. So how do you do this framework? So the key for us is, because I'm an entrepreneur, one of the things we really emphasize in entrepreneurship is start with customer discovery. So for us, it started with the employers. We looked at what the employers wished they had. This is before we started the program. What's our employer analysis? Talk with the employers, see what they really want, get their commitment. And what's interesting from employer commitment, they won't tell you, I'm going to hire 4 people. They'll say, if you show me 4 great people, I'll hire 4 people. So with the employers, it's about people. It isn't about commitment to a certain number of people, because in many cases, actually, for our first year of apprenticeship, we placed 28 apprentices. Not a single one of those was a job opening on Indeed for someone with 0 experience. In every case, the employer pulled someone in with no experience because we got great people and we lowered the risk of them trying someone who had no experience. It's really hard for someone, if you upskill in tech with no experience, for someone to give you a chance. That's what we do with apprenticeship, because we lower the risk for the employers. And then we do matchmaking. I gotta tell you how this works. This is pretty fun. Because we were able to be so selective, when people like Digital West came to talk to our IT apprentices, they had to pitch to our apprentices why work in Digital West. Because Clever Ducks, IT, iTech Solutions, all the rest of the companies were pitching to them also. And the only people Digital West could talk to were the apprentices that had high interest in Digital West, and Digital West had high interest in them. It's not charity. This is about great people finding great jobs. But that matchmaking was fun because we play a version of Match.com, which is really what the employer wants. They don't want to interview people who aren't interested in the company. But the employer has to say, why are we a great company? So that's the employer side. I think the key to our success is we did not focus on the apprentice first. We focused on the employer. Because what we really want to do is be a competitive advantage for employers.